Uh-oh.
Oh, what?
Stream it. Stream it.
To what?
Twitch, but it's not going to go public. I'm going to put it on YouTube and it's going to be unlisted just for our records.
And it's crazy. After I get out of work today, I have to come immediately home and fall asleep for 6 hours and go back in for 18.
Fun.
Huzzah!
Holy shit, that's a long shift.
That's 9 hours of overtime, and I want it in my pockets.
Wants it.
And besides, that gives me good standing with the people who sign my paycheck, and maybe I'll become a supervisor for $17 an hour. And actually be able to afford more nice things.
More money's always good.
It is, especially since all I do at my job is sit around and do dick and fart jokes all night because there isn't shit to do. I love graveyard shifts.
Oh no. My login for Roll20. I don't remember ever logging out.
Ha! Both of the Mayor family people are pastel colors. Ha!
Okay.
Nothing.
Like it was meant to be.
Don't get me singing strong bad now.
Come on for Hooba, guys.
Dolly here yet?
Nope, still missing him.
Yeah. I'll ping him on Steam right quick. I even made him a new character sheet today.
Was it?
Because he had 19 ranks in spell.
His was a little bit
What?
off.
I mean, it would be awesome, but
His sheet needed a little bit of work. And rather than drag him through the mud fixing it, I just took everything that he had done and made a copy of that and then put points into skills that made sense. Because he has 30 ranks to spend because he's a fucking int character. I think he's going to enjoy this better anyway. He basically, he knows everything now except for nature.
Which I know, so.
Exactly.
I know things
I know nothing.
too.
I know nothing. I just know how to steal from people. Which I guess is a thing.
28. It's an awesome nature roll.
What are these black boxes?
Are you highlighting things?
No, I just see a bunch of black boxes. People are rolling for specific things. Names.
They're just testing their macros out.
Oh.
If you click on your token, I made you two. There's two global macros, initiative and perception. I actually didn't make you any weapon macros. I can real quick if you'd like.
Sure.
Your macros, Crystal, are on your abilities tab on your character sheet. Which I'm going to steal them from the rogue.
Be right back.
Yep, no problem.
Hmm.
Oh,
Go to update, so
you don't have any attacks on your character sheet. That's why I can't make a macro for you.
I don't think I have anything on my character sheet. It was kind of like
You got your base stats. An initiative doesn't look like it's in, but you should fix that at least. Is your initiative 0? It shouldn't be, right?
I think it is 0. It's
Oh.
my dex.
Okay.
0.
That's really the only one I very badly want you to have. What's your perception at? We can get that put in here too, just for posterity.
Perception.
I assume
5.
you put 3 ranks in.
Mm-hmm. I put 2 ranks in. But
Oh,
5.
class skill. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Alright, that'll be good enough. The 2 macros that show up when you click your token should work fine.
Where is my token?
Oh, you can't see it right now. I turned it off because you have dark vision, so I didn't want you to see what's going on.
Oh, fair enough.
Wait, so he can't even see himself?
Correct.
So we're
How come-
Dark vision
just-
is so good, I can't see shit.
Does anybody have Doll's number?
Yeah, 1 second.
Well, I'm sitting here in my underwear with 1 sock on, so I think that gives me just a quick second to throw
Living the
my
dream.
other sock on.
My PJs.
Also in PJs.
Also in PJs.
Fuck yeah.
Still in normal day clothes.
I wear shorts
Wait,
because
PJs aren't normal day clothes?
I wear PJs all day today. I think that's normal day. Then again, I also didn't have anything to do today.
Short, can you change your color from yellow to something else? Short.
He was bidding on close.
He's not that round.
I don't know. We are engaged, and I told him that he'd better, start beefing up.
Oh god.
He only has like 980 more years to go.
980?
We're getting married in 3013. It's a little bit more than 980, but
Why?
because he asked me to marry him, and I said yes for 3013.
Okay then.
It was a good day. Hello.
Hey doll. Hello.
Or his allies, if he feels like it. I know the DM wouldn't mind. That's how DMs level up, is they kill characters. Crickets. Tough crowd.
Yep.
Oh no, where'd short go?
I'm gonna play the waiting game.
Well, during that time, I guess I'll just listen to the song I put on.
There we go.
Hey, got that sock on?
Yes, sir.
Alright, you're gonna change
Although I
your
don't
color
think
for
That's
me?
a doozy since you lost internet.
It's not really on my foot though.
Oh shit.
It's on my ear.
Didn't see that one coming, did you, Crystal?
Dal is trying to fix his mic.
No problem.
Give us a sec.
No worries. Short, can you change your color and roll 20? Just click the little square.
Oh, but I want it to be yellow.
Well,
I can change my color.
I'll
Zuzu
be
jacked
purple,
the
it's
yellow.
okay. It looks nice. Nice eggplant.
Let's have a ping party.
Heard that.
I'm here.
Can you guys hear me?
Yay!
Yay!
Yes.
It works.
And there was much rejoicing. Alright, you guys are gonna have to go easy on me. Because I haven't, story told in a while. So, it's gonna be rusty.
That's I.
And
How do you
actually,
ping?
if you long click,
Long left click.
he knows what I mean. I would have specified right click if it was right click. Jeez.
Oh,
Nah.
Alright. Are we all ready to rumble?
Where's the link to get into the thing?
What was that, doll? I couldn't hear you over my girlfriend laughing really loudly and not pressing her press to talk.
What's the link to get into the Roll20?
Oh shit! Let me get you that. Generally, you can just log on and it should still have you logged in, but I'll get you a link if that's easier.
Try 'em.
to log in, and then in the top left you click whatever it says. Dirkly.
Bane of Magic?
Yes, sir. That's not what it's actually called, but I can't really tell you what it's actually called. Yeah,
Of Magic.
yeah.
That's my name.
Bane!
You have my permission to cast.
Roll d20 to see if you're clinically insane.
Alright. If everyone's situated.
Ready.
I like being situated.
Okay, deep breaths. Never had an audience this big before.
I believe in you.
I don't.
Just imagine we're all in underwear.
Yeah, I
You
am
pretty much
in
are all in
Hard to
underwear.
imagine.
Well,
Most of us
don't
are.
imagine me with more clothes on.
Imagine me naked, intently listening to the sound of your voice, every decibel.
Oh my.
Changing.
So,
Yeah.
at the very beginning of the story, you're all dreaming. You all feel like you hear rivers or water. You feel like you're swimming. And then you realize that you can't breathe.
Fuck.
You find yourself in some kind of container. You're not really sure what it is. You don't have time to think. You're about to panic, so I need will saves from everyone.
Wow, I am not very good at that.
Somebody's
Not the only
drowning.
one.
Damn!
Oh shoot, I forgot to do my +3. No, that's only 6. I think.
Sorry, I'm getting everyone here, character sheet wise, going. What were you asking me, doll?
What?
Maybe I haven't. Have I linked you your sheet yet? I haven't.
No. And I'm like, so what is my thing?
You're the smart guy on the team.
Yeah.
You're knowledgeable about everything but nature. Because fuck you, I have got nature.
Till you roll a 1 and you're like, I think it's a plant.
Okay, so ability score for will is 1, so I just do d20 plus 1.
No, it'd be the base save. It says. Oh yeah, no, you're right. You're right. It's will 1. You're right. Total.
20 plus.
Yes, sir. No.
Yeah.
Dat for
A
dough.
lot of drowners here.
I got a 5. I beat you.
Too much drugs.
All right, still getting Zuzu's sheet going here.
It's all them alchemical potions I'm brewing.
That's what it sounds like when I'm drowning.
You inhaled too many concoctions, Ryan.
Many cocks.
Too many
You know,
cocks.
Too many concoctions.
Okay.
Hey, cooks.
Too many cooks is the worst.
It burns your mind.
Alright, so everyone that rolled 10 or above succeeded in their will save and is focused. Everyone who rolled 10 or below, or everybody who rolled 9 or below, gulped down some water, and you take some non-lethal damage. You take 1 point of non-lethal, and it'll be okay.
We ate, dog.
So, when you open your eyes through the murky darkness, you can scarcely make out a shimmering light above you, and you think it's the surface. So you start to swim upward. I need a swim check from people now.
Like, Athletics just be swim.
Why can't athletics just be swim? Not strong swimmers in the group.
I don't think any of us are gonna be able to get to the top.
Smitty made it.
Started from the bottom.
I drank
we're
my
still
way
here.
to the top. I just drank all the water.
Started from the bottom. Now my whole team is still on the bottom.
Everybody dies the first round but me.
Dal goes on a solo adventure.
All right.
Balls.
So the two people who rolled 10 or above, those guys are swimming ahead of you, and so everyone who didn't make their roll, you find yourself lagging behind the rest of the group, but there's also other people in the water with you. Granted, you don't know who anyone is yet. So on your way up, those of you that are swimming well, you make it to the surface early, and those of you who do not find that the water seems to be pushing you upward, like it's helping you, almost like it's sentient.
Oh shit.
Those of you that are particularly perceptive, so I need perception checks.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I'm sucking! I have 3
Damn.
points in perception.
2 natural
Damn.
20s so far.
Wow.
Kicking ass, taking names, floating up.
I drank the ghost water.
Maniri can count the hairs on everyone's asses.
All right, so
It's 3 natural 20s, damn.
yeah, right. Wow, I'm so glad that we've got these macros. All right, so Short and Crystal and Zuzu, you guys can all make out great vine-like structures in the water beneath you. Kind of looks like a tree, but not really.
Can we do knowledge checks?
You can't because you don't know anything.
Dang it!
wait, I'll buy you boys.
You're actually all level 0 right now. So these vines appear to be converging at one point in the distance, like branches of a tree. They seem to be growing a myriad of kind of pod-looking things that look kind of reminiscent of giant green gooseberries, if you know what a gooseberry looks like. But the tree is starting to fade out of sight as you swim upward.
A tree is giving birth to us. Coming out of the tree vagina.
All of the pods have a faint glow to them, but some of them are ruptured and their light seems to be fading. Some of the people who have low light vision and dark vision, so everyone who rolled well.
Well, I have low light vision, so
But you didn't roll well.
of course not.
The people who rolled well, you notice that the unruptured pods have a faint silhouette of like what could be children, like just small humanoid figures inside. And many of the faraway pods seem to be mere points of light, and they're winking out in rapid succession towards you. As you swim near the surface, the water around you seems to vibrate and rumble in like a deep, ominous kind of way.
Push.
If you're already above the surface, you don't hear anything. You just kind of feel the vibration of the water, like a bass speaker at a concert.
Deep breaths, tree, push.
So some of the closer lights are going out now, and right before you surface, those of you that are still behind and rolled well, the last few pods blink out, and there's a tremendous flash of light, accompanied by a loud, thunderous clap. Shut your mouth.
the vagina clap.
It's the tree booty. The tree twerker.
So you guys are all on the surface now, and you don't hear anything now, but you feel like the shockwave kind of bouncing around, like aftershocks. And after about a brief moment of silence, like 15 seconds or so, after there's you guys all exchanging looks on the surface, and nobody really knows who they are or who anyone else is or why you're here, the surface begins to balloon upward like a big hill of placid water, and a little bit later, there's a big geyser that shoots you into the sky. I fucking hate you so much right now.
I'm just visualizing.
You had to make it sexual, so now every
You
time
had to make it a vagina, and now I can't concentrate.
Can I at
That
least
just
go?
melted us out of the water.
The tree's water broke. It's baby time.
So you're all basically in the air right now, and you're in free fall because you're like 30, 50 feet up, and I need perception checks from everyone.
Can I
'Cause
go
you can
fly check first?
No, you don't have wings. I know better than
fly,
that.
though, naturally. Haha.
You could if you had wings or feathers.
Oh.
You actually, none of you are the races you think you are right now.
Oops. Okay, my macro was old, so that should be +6 instead of +9.
Okay,
For my
so 3
perception.
more.
3 less.
Oh,
It should be 17.
I gotcha.
Yeah, 17.
Shervin turn.
I'll change it.
No
I
problem.
guess that was before the stat changes or whatever.
Mhm.
We set it up last time when we sandbox.
My God, can I see anything? That's with a +6.
Okay.
Birds must have terrible vision when they're. Oh yeah, they're born blind. There we go.
Again, none of you are the races that you think you are. That's the hint I'm gonna give you right now.
I'm a bird at heart.
You're a piranha.
Apparently we're
that's
tree
another
babies,
campaign.
so...
Okay, let me.
You're oddly reminiscent of. Look like a hot dog bun.
So, I think actually everyone sees this.
Hey.
Yeah, pretty much everyone sees this. While you guys are falling, you see to the south there's a bunch of cloaked figures kind of standing on the shoreline. They just look like they're waiting. You can kind of make out. Those of you that have low light vision or dark vision can see like fires off in the distance to the south. Like behind the forest, there's pillars of flame. No, they're more like a city burning.
That's just as lovely.
That's pretty.
You can hear like screaming of children, and there's just kind of a overall a bunch of panic going on.
No shit, eject all the babies. Premature.
So you guys actually all land in shallow water and are knocked unconscious. So I'm gonna move your tokens, and then we'll start.
I'm gonna.
Oh
I'd
God,
love
I
to see my
disappeared.
token. I see his blackness.
None of us are the races we think we are. I'm a Saiyan. Secret Saiyan.
Kind of. Oop, don't move the tree. Alright. Now I want to make sure this works. There we go.
Water!
Still don't see anything. Why do you do this to me?
No.
Oh yeah, you don't have sight.
Fuck.
Let me fix that. Here you go, Short.
Dear God, finally. Visuals. I'm alive. So many babies. Oh my God, so many babies. Those are ugly fucking babies. Is that what we look like?
Yes.
Gross.
Okay, so you guys all wake up right here. And this map is not to scale because this lake is way bigger than I could fit on this map, and it would be stupid hard to move across it and just a waste of time. So you're all about, most of you are like 10, 20 yards inland, and a couple of you are in shallow water. You wake up, quick glance.
Man, I'm a fast swimmer. I should be on the shore.
You can move up there if you'd like. A quick glance around, you can see maybe a fourth of the original number of children that you saw before you passed out. And then across the lake, you can make out a couple of them seem to be captured.
Are those things captured?
That's a lot of hooded figures.
Yes.
They're coming for the babies, the chosen babies.
So a bunch of them are running off. Okay, back to the thing. It's still dark outside, so it's not unreasonable to assume that you haven't been unconscious very long. Maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes or so. Wow, it's really confusing going back and forth between Roll20 and the story I wrote, because the story originally was not meant for this. Oh. I found it.
Like the babies to Syrian frogs that get ejected out of the back
What
of the
is
mother.
that?
That's a wolf. There's a silver wolf, not right there. He's not right there. Move him.
I don't
He's
believe
trying
you.
to eat us.
He's standing right here and he has his back turned to you. He seems to be looking towards the hooded figures. There's more screams off in the distance, and the wolf seems to turn his head, reacting to the sound. There's approaching feet as a horde of children are running past you, and one of them stands slightly taller than the others and seems to be the only one that can or is willing to speak, and he stops briefly in front of you guys. His eyes are wide with alarm, and he shouts with urgency, "They're killing the older ones and taking the rest away in cages." His voice gurgles slightly at the last word, and he coughs up some lake water.
Well, let's get the fuck out of here.
So,
Dibs riding the wolf. Rescue Keon's walk.
So,
Chosen baby.
so how do you react in this moment, guys?
I try to talk to the kid.
Okay.
Ask him. What should I ask him? Should I ask him what the hell's going on, or
Yeah,
what
it
they're
sounds
running
like
from?
a
I'm gonna
question.
ask him. I'm gonna ask him what are they running from? Because they seem to know more than we do. Because they're all running away. So I want to ask this kid
I just pet the wolf.
to look at my dick.
Yeah, who are these? Does this look infected to you?
Oh my god.
No,
No.
seriously. I want to ask the kid if he know like what those things are that they're running from.
After coughing for a moment, he seems to acknowledge that he's heard your question, and he says he doesn't know, but he's not going to stick around to find out. And he takes off running.
Oh, you little bitch.
But he does turn his head and glance over his shoulder to look at you, and he beckons for you to follow. The wolf seems to turn. The wolf seems to turn towards the road and kind of looks at you all like he's waiting for you to make a decision.
Is the
I
road
kinda
the
wanna
same
follow the
way
wolf.
that the kid went?
Yeah, it's all north of here.
All right. I feel like they know what's going on more than we do, and we're all level 0. I'm not sure we can take
That's meta knowledge.
ring raid.
Meta knowledge.
All right. I'm not. I
think
don't
we're
know
all
how.
Scared and we just
old
got
We
I
were
am.
all
water.
just born. So we should run away.
Yeah, basically.
Fine, if we're not gonna follow
Alright.
the wolf.
I'm gonna beckon the
No, we
wolf
are
to,
following the
The
wolf.
wolf is
to
going
follow
north.
us.
The wolf hasn't
We're
moved.
following that wolf.
The wolf
Oh,
hasn't
the
moved.
wolf- but he's looking.
He's looking towards the
Like-
road.
Oh yeah, let's go. I feel
Oh,
like he's
okay. I
gonna.
thought he was at the road. Fine.
I feel like
I-
he's gonna
I'm
I'm
cover our
sticking
butt.
with the wolf.
He's gonna cover our tail.
Oh, is he?
I
I think
He wants
so.
us to go.
We should go,
Okay.
guys. I
we
think we
should
should
How much-
go.
follow these children.
How much can we move?
We should follow our ugly brothers
I-
and sisters.
Can I beckon the wolf to follow? That would be nice.
Yeah, the wolf trots along behind you.
Oh,
Wow, that's the
what
first time no one's tried to go save anyone. Okay.
Fuck those people.
We're greedy babies.
Well, not
We
fuck those
couldn't
people,
see
but like
anybody. Everybody that I saw on my screen was
That's
going
fair.
this direction. Was there anybody
I
left
could see people.
behind?
No, well, no, but remember, there's a sub-story plot. If people did that, but they didn't, so it's okay.
Well, we can't go back and save him now.
Nope.
What do I know about myself?
Basically, treat yourself as though you have amnesia. You basically know nothing other than you're terrified and don't want to die.
This is Dungeons and Dragons Memento. Basically.
We've
Which
appeared to
direction
have
at the road
reached.
was the flaming place? Because I don't think we want to go there.
That was south. That's
Fires
neither of
was
these
south.
directions.
Okay. Let me get to the
They're
split in the
clearly all very
road.
Selfish baby.
I don't know, I think we're supposed to run because that
That's
tree
what I
just had
thought.
emergency childbirth. Just pumped out a shit ton of babies. I think it's, normally it would
They
probably take
knew
its
they were
time in
coming.
birthing a million
They
children,
just-
but the tree probably died from
just
childbirth because there's
fucking-
500 kids coming out of it.
It's Mother Tree C-section. Just like, get the fuck out of here. It's time to go.
Okay.
Never had a group like us, Darpin.
Nope, this is gonna be fun, I can tell. Alright, so now that you guys are at the fork in the road, you can see that the children are gathering briefly around a sign that's near where you are. You can't see it because I didn't put it on the map. But it's right there on that branch, that fork in the road. You can see that they're gathering around that sign, and one sign points to a place called Lyra, and the other points to a place called Aerith. Lyra is to the west, and Aerith is to the east. They both seem to be all the children seem to be pausing there and then taking off running a direction. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to where they're heading. They're just running there.
I look to the wolf and see which direction he's
What
looking.
does the wolf do?
The wolf is just sitting there waiting for you guys to make a decision.
Well, we can't go east. There's riots in Baltimore right now. We gotta go west.
I think that's
There's
logical.
water here.
The only way.
I'm sorry. There's no water here.
Important question. Are all 6 of us the only people that are stopped here? Everybody else is running?
No, there's a few gathered around the sign, but a lot of them are just taking off different directions.
Well, I guess we should go west.
I'm gonna go left.
Go west, young man.
I look around and see if the
Please.
wolf follows me still.
I'm gonna stand
Yep.
on top of this
Yeah.
other baby.
The wolf is trotting some 20 yards behind you.
What is the check to see if I can affix some sort of leashes to the other children and use them as like a bobsledding team?
What the-
He's gonna be like this the whole game, I hope you know.
Yeah, it's true.
Come, brothers, take me.
Alright, so everyone's going the same direction. Cool, I like that.
I'm gonna go the opposite way of everyone else.
So each of the children push past each other and take off running in different directions. After they've glanced at the sign, da 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 da. The wolf never approaches you. He waits some distance away. I already said that. Da, 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 da. Okay, so the wolf is following you guys along, and basically you're just gonna travel this road for a little while.
What happened to the boy that we ran into? I thought he beckoned us to follow
He
him.
beckoned you to follow him, but you don't know where he went, and he looks the same as everyone else. I mean, he's taller, but
Wait for us.
The Clone Wars.
Alright, so let me just
Hmm.
get this straight. All the other children look exactly the same, but we are all different.
no, you all look the same as them. I just didn't want to give you guys tokens that looked exactly the same, because then you'd be like, which one's mine?
Confusing. Yeah, somebody's already moving my token.
I move them occasionally when you guys lag behind.
Oh man.
God gives you a little push.
Maybe I meant to lag behind.
We can only move one of them.
Okay.
It would be like we're disoriented. Can't. It's harder.
Okay. So you have. Okay, you've taken off down the road towards Lyra, and you can hear like dogs barking in the distance. They sound like hunting dogs, so it's safe to assume that they're following you.
They really want us dead.
Oh yeah, and the wolf is still following you fairly closely, but he seems to stop occasionally and look over his shoulder to see if anyone's close. But so far you don't see anyone. You can hear screaming in the distance, like maybe they caught a few children, and You think it might have been back by the sign where you were, but you haven't been there for probably 10 minutes now.
But basically, the wolf is only waiting for us, yeah? Not the other kids?
Yeah.
Give a fuck about him?
Yep.
Interesting.
We're special.
Wonder how he can tell us apart.
These successful experiments.
Got bigger dicks.
Yeah.
And deeper.
Well, you guys are the originals because you know you're circumcised, and that's how you tell the difference between yourself and a clone.
Ow.
But that's why I asked him to look at my dick earlier.
It makes perfect sense.
This
It's
is
like I'm the chosen
This was
dick.
kind of a chop job.
I'm the Excalibur of dicks.
All right, so
shortcut. Oh,
you actually make it to just outside the town of Lyra, and so we're gonna switch maps here. Let me get this ready for you.
oh my god, visuals.
Ooh,
More
can-
visuals.
Can I copy your group of tokens from one page to another? That'd be sexy.
Probably.
I'm gonna try that. Oh, hell yeah! Alright, cool. Okay. So you're just outside the gates of Lyra, and there's a man standing near the tree line. Before you get there, I know you don't see it yet. You didn't press to talk that, so they think I'm talking to myself.
He's not talking to
We
himself.
heard her in the background.
He talks to himself all the time.
It's true.
Is
Okay.
the wolf still following us?
Let me check that.
Can we name the wolf?
You can, but you don't know his name, so you can call him whatever you want.
He's also sticking far away
Fluffy.
from us.
Fluffy.
Fluffy.
Let's call him D20. We'll call him 17.
Why are we rolling? Oh,
Android 17.
Okay, so when you see this man and his hood, you have a feeling that he can be trusted. You don't really know why, but you get the sense that he can be.
Are we the only 6 now in our group?
Yes, you don't see any other children around you.
Plus the wolf.
The wolf is nowhere to be seen now.
Do we know
Run
our
up and
names?
circumcised 6.
Do we know our names?
No.
I run up and ask him for help.
Okay. The old man, he sees you all and he goes, "Oh, they must have been rushed.
I don't see a different map.
I'm gonna get you there.
Crashed?
You're gonna get there. Hold
Yeah,
on."
me either.
Oh.
Wait,
That's
the
what he
woman
means
says
by
we-
rushed.
Oh yeah, what she said.
We must be rushed.
He said they must be rushed. He wasn't talking about you. After he looks you guys over, and at this point you realize that you are in fact completely naked.
Oh god.
Nudist community. This is great.
Chicka wow wow.
No sense of
The old man reaches into his bag and begins handing out clothing to all of you. It's all oversized and doesn't really fit, but he's like, "You can keep these."
I wrap it into a turban around my head.
Nice.
My
I
hair's
thank
wet.
the old man and ask him if he knows what's going on.
He tells you that there isn't time to explain right now. And he tells you, let's get you someplace safe.
Sounds
I
fine to me.
really
steal
nice
his
of him.
baggy clothing and decide to walk around naked. That's a joke. I'm not actually doing that.
I get it.
Not free balling up in this. I just got born.
So after he says, let's get you someplace safe, he looks off in the distance, kind of warily. Excuse me, toward the sound of approaching dogs, and he guides you through the village gates, and a troop of guards passes you on the way out. I'm not going to put tokens on the map, but a troop of guards passes you on their way out of the village as you enter in. The armored men don't seem to be dressed like village guards. You have a hunch that maybe they're part of a larger military battalion, because they don't look like they, just hang out here. Eventually, the elder leads you to one of the houses, and I'll point to it.
And we all jump on the
actually fit in
rooftop.
it.
And you're not all on the roof. Oh, I need to put the old man in here. I made him a token, and he's not even... Jesus. Falling apart.
Man, you can have my spot.
Fucking falling apart.
You better give me special treatment now. Give me
I feel
some
like
better,
old man
some
inviting a
tighter
bunch of
clothes.
naked kids into his apartment is not really the wisest move.
But we feel like we can trust him.
And none of you rolled sense motive either.
I feel like they can trust him. That's the point.
None of you rolled sense motive either, I'll point out.
Rolled what?
Sense motive.
Roll sense motive.
I
Okay.
didn't even know that was a thing.
I'm also going to.
Do it.
And I suck.
What else is new?
God, I have 3 points in it too.
Not one!
Why?
Hell yeah!
So I'm not gonna trust Short.
Hey, you don't know shit about me, dog. I'm fucking swag lord.
Rolled in that
I
one.
can't find my dice thing. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, you
Yes,
did
I have
good.
a -1 on sense motive.
Nice. Alright, all of you believe that you can trust this man, even Short. In fact, Short, you think that this man is a prophet, and you have been sent to serve him.
Ugh.
So now you're
That
deserving.
naked baby.
Now
You're
you
You're sent to
deserve
serve the old man.
I delight you, military boys.
God.
That slide to the left of
He's like doing little curtsies and shit.
My, these clothes are awfully baggy. Dude, please do it. Come on.
I fucking love you guys.
You are literally just born.
Already nefarious.
He's like out of the womb. He's like, all right.
Just got out of a vagina. How do I get back into one?
What do we got to do about that?
Alright, so once you guys have been led into the house, he leads you into a secret room, and it is behind. He actually walks through a bookshelf, like it's not even there, and he leads you through that. I'm sorry, it's not a bookshelf. It's a shelf of wine. I lied to you. It's in a cellar, and it's an illusionary shelf of wine. Anywho,
Why isn't it real?
Might as well be. We don't know
Agreed.
what wine is.
I'm curious if there's any real
That's
one
true.
about.
there is real wine, but you don't know what it is. The rooms that you're led into are furnished and warm, and there's a fireplace. The floors are hardwood. There are beds. There is food on the table. There is blankets. You're instructed to remain here until those who are looking for you are gone, and then someone will be sent for you. The old man says, "Do not come out no matter what you hear."
Is this like the Holocaust?
Oh,
Sort of.
What kind of
I
food do we
go to
got?
bed.
What kind of food and drink do we have here?
Can
gonna
we
grab a
tell
blanket and go to bed.
him?
There is
I
bread.
examine my surroundings. Curious what's around.
Okay. Ooh, that was almost a 1. Alright,
Well,
so
it's literally a 24, so.
so you have a look around, and this room looks wow.
Tell me about the room.
Alright. I'm gonna go into super detail now, because fucking...
Short.
Okay. So, you know that you came out of a cellar where it was like cobblestone floor and just kind of grimy and gross, like a basement that isn't taken care of. But these rooms they look like they're part of a really well-kept inn. They look like expensive, like, hotel rooms. You've got very nice varnished hardwood floor. There is a table that has bread and ham and crackers and all kinds of other goodies on it, along with pitchers of water. There's a fireplace on the far side of the room with a big open hearth places to sit. There's beds. There's actually 6 beds exactly. And
You could tell I was gonna ask how many beds there were.
So no cuddling.
no cuddling.
I mean, we
He
can.
didn't say there was no cuddling. He
I
said there
didn't.
were 6 beds.
I didn't say anything about him finding a sign on the wall that had rules on
I
it.
burned 5 of the beds.
Oh, God.
Guess we're all gonna have
Wow.
this one.
Brand new into the world and already a rebellious teenager.
Man, I'm an alchemist.
Well, there's one horny teenager and there's one rebellious teenager.
Jesus.
So
Son, I'm beginning to
I-
piece together what I am. I accelerated, drank my way out of a lake.
Lol.
I know
Alright.
that skills.
Okay, so.
I'm gonna eat some food, drink some water, and go to bed.
Okay.
I second that.
Does it not seem weird at all that he's perfectly prepared for us? Seems weird
It
to me.
seems- But we can
We're
trust
new
him.
here.
We
I
feel
know,
like we
we
can
do
trust,
trust
him,
him.
and the swag lord is ready to serve him on Monday. So I
Yeah.
say we just go to sleep.
Yeah.
There are
Swag
people
Lord
kidnapping
doesn't
kids at this
swag
time and
for
putting them in
nobody.
cages, so I feel like maybe we should just go to bed and see what happens in the morning.
I'm the
Eat,
rebellious
drink,
kid.
and bed.
I already stated
Though.
my intention. I took the ham into my room and I slept.
Good thing there's more ham because I need my protein. and
Yep.
my gains.
You gotta get big and strong.
It's true. I mean, I guess I'll also sleep because I do trust the guy, even though I'm a rebellious kid, and I feel like it would be in my character's behavior to feel like this is weird. But I trust the guy, so I'll sleep. Also,
Okay.
in my
We
own
shouldn't
bed.
take shifts then.
Take shifts.
We don't know
Yeah, but we all-
anything
we all
about that. Why
trust-
would we?
Nah.
But we all trust the guy.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
A lot, especially the dumb kid. Super trust him.
Is there anything familiar about this guy?
Yes, he does. He does seem oddly familiar to you.
How can
Is
he
he
be
the
familiar if
Barbies,
he
the
was
wolf?
just born?
That's a good question.
What'd you ask?
Is
How can he be familiar if we were just born?
I don't know.
Some
He
people
just
just have that
seems
feeling when you
familiar.
see someone.
did we imprint on?
I
him?
would say it's kind of a deja vu feeling.
Is it because of the tree? No.
Did you fuck the tree that we
We
came out
are
of?
the tree. Dad? Tree dad?
Oh my god.
Does his hair or other features look wolfish?
Oh, actually, you know what? Since Colton rolled a nat 20 on that perception while the dude was still in the room, why don't I give you some goodies there?
Goodies?
He wants to give me the goodies.
So you can see that this man, he appears to be very old, and yet his hair is still black, like jet black. And you also, Short, you're the only one that sees this. You notice that his ears seem to be pointed and stick out of his hair slightly.
Oh man! If you weren't so dumb, you'd know he's probably the wolf.
What about an elf?
You don't know what an elf is, but as a player, you can postulate that, but your character does not know what an elf is.
Okay.
Can I apply any like knowledge checks to learn more about him, or would that be perception?
You don't actually have any knowledge right now, but if you rolled a nat 20, I would probably give it to you.
I'm just gonna roll perception. I didn't learn anything new. All right.
Yeah.
Not a 20.
I'll give you that you saw one of his ears as well, but you're not as sure as Short is. Alright,
Damn ears, though.
All right.
so the old man has left, and you guys all went to sleep. And we're gonna pretend that we're in a building, and it's big enough for all these characters that I'm about to put in here.
Oh shit.
I'll just go onto the back street.
Alright.
10.
Make believe, use your imaginations.
I can't use imagination. This is Pathfinder.
What the hell's up with the Blue Man Group?
That's a lot of people.
Oh.
I'm blue, dabba dee dabba da.
Bro, there's lots of people.
It's the Navis.
Holy shit.
I've made a few tokens, okay?
Apparently apparently.
It's a lot of blue people.
Such
Let me
It's
make sure I got
Avatar
everyone.
people.
2, 4, 6. Yep.
These people drink too much mercury.
So when you guys wake up, there are a handful of adult Undine sitting in the room with you.
I'm gonna sense motive immediately.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
wanna be our parents, mommy, daddy.
Oh my god,
My
I suck.
dad.
I'm also gonna sense motive.
Can I
Do
roll
it.
above an 11? That's the highest roll I've had all night.
I actually rigged your macro.
11 is- yeah, let me see if it'll... Okay, I don't know if it is correct or not.
Roll it again.
Let me just roll a d20.
That's my sense mode.
Okay. So since these people aren't trying to hide anything from you, there's not actually anything to roll against, so you all succeed. They all look like they're very anxious, and they're talking with the old man and a woman who's there now as well. And they seem to be they're like anxious, and they're talking as quietly as they can to not wake you up because they think you're still asleep.
I sit up immediately
I'm
when I
trying
wake
to
up.
perceive things.
Okay, perception. Okay, cool. 20,
I'm trying to
23.
listen to what they're. I'm trying to listen to what they're saying and shit.
Okay, anybody else for that?
And just
I'm just gonna walk up close and sit down at the table.
Alright, but before anyone gets up, these three have been listening quietly.
yeah, while we're sleeping.
You can make out like that they weren't expecting this so soon. That they agree to take you in and pretend that you're their children. You hear that they're worried about Aetherian envoys. They're worried about getting caught and what'll happen, and that this could mean war and stuff like that.
Good
Nice.
thing we didn't go right. That's where the Theria was, right? Right.
There was another city to the right, yeah, that's near the Aetherian border, but you would have been.
No, it wasn't that place though.
It wouldn't have mattered what city you picked.
Right, I understand.
So I sit up immediately when I wake up because I'm really startled by all these people in the room.
Yeah, you sit up immediately, but you don't make a whole lot of noise. What gets them is that Travis walks over there. Or what's his character name? Kirik. Kirik walks over there and like sits down at the table like he's an adult, and they all like get quiet and like just kind of look at him like he's cute. They're like, "Oh, look at him trying to be an adult."
Yeah.
I get up and
I'm
walk
an
over.
adult. I'm a
behind him.
man.
I yell
Oh
out,
man.
"Ha, game!"
From the opposite room. Just.
So none of the adults really seem to know what they want to say. They're all kind of quiet and looking at you. The old man that you met the night prior, I guess it's morning now.
Can I say, do I have any knowledge to speak at this point? Or am
Yeah,
I
you
just-
you all know how to speak for sure.
Oh, okay, so, can I say, so what happened?
Be more specific.
Can
I'm pretty sure they'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think what the fuck
Yeah.
would suffice
Yeah,
in this
what
case.
happened? It's like, what do you mean the fact that you were ejected out of a tree vagina and then ran
they're not
across the
gonna
lake? Like, they're not gonna know
Yeah.
exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Who's
Seems like
the
an average date to us.
Who's the one to the left of the white dude?
She also seems to have pointed ears, but it's less so. But she hasn't said anything the whole time. She just seems to be deferring to the man anytime he makes a decision. But the man comes over to you, and you asked him what happened.
Yes.
That's new.
Goo goo gaga, what happened?
He just kind of pats you on the head and tells you that he actually doesn't know all the details. He just knows that the Aetherians would kill you if they found out.
I ask
Can
who
I
the
Well, I
ask-
wouldn't
Aetherians
want
are.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Then
honestly, that's good enough for me. People want me dead. I don't want to be dead. Good enough for me. So what's the plan?
let me actually.
I want to ask who the Aetherians are.
I'm getting to that. He tells you that these people are going to be your parents from this point forward. They're going to treat you as your own and pretend that you're their own, and for all intents and purposes, you will be their own because they don't want the Etherians to know that they have you.
Adoption is awesome.
Yep.
And who are the Ethereans?
I'm getting to that.
Darn it.
I want to go and
But-
ask that.
Now, just Darby, who are the Ethereans though?
Oh my god.
I love you, Ryan. It's not like the third time you asked that, or the
you
fourth
guys
time
asked
I've
him
asked
fi-
it.
5 times. I didn't ask him that once. You guys have asked him like 5 times.
I didn't
I'm
ask
very
either.
clear about him looking it up.
All right. So this is basically the end of chapter 1. So we're just going to kind of summarize Etheria and childhood and kind of what you learned in your time here. So while you're growing up, your parents tell you all kinds of stories, and the old man kind of describes some things to you as well, but you understand them better now than you did. Basically, Etheria is a large empire to the east, and they're kind of they're human. They're racists, and they're very religious. You could kind of think of them as the South, I guess, but not really. They're more like on a crusade. They're human Puritans, so they don't believe that any other race in creation is as pure as human. We have a roll? So it's like Baltimore. Oh my god. I guess. Wow. I wrote this way before that happened, but so Etheria, they believe in human purity, and they believe that the arcane magics are impure and serve to corrupt the soul. So they think that any non-human race has been corrupted by arcane magic and needs to be purged. They're very strict followers of divine magic. They believe that like it's the only magic there should be, and that arcane magic is a perversion, and that all other races sprung from the perversion of arcane magic. So I guess I've heard it said that it's that nation's sort of reminiscent of something from Dragon Age, but I've never played Dragon Age, so I don't know that.
The Templar.
Whoever they are.
So,
But up to this point, Etheria hasn't done anything to like push the border or declare war, and they've kind of kept all of their views to themselves, and like not everyone within Etheria believes those things, and not all divine casters believe those things, but most of them do. You were gonna ask a question?
alright. Yeah. Wouldn't it be a dead giveaway that these aren't our parents because they're all blue and we're white?
I can change that.
So,
You're all Undyne right now. You're all the same race as them.
okay. We're blue people.
Good question.
So do we
That-
get to choose who our parents are?
You'll see in the sidebar that you have last names now.
Yep.
Those are the families you belong to. These two folks are the Ember family, these two folks are the Mare family, and these two are the Rue.
Dad!
He's also an alchemist! How weird!
That dude looks exactly
I've
like an
got a
alchemist.
dumb brother.
Yeah.
My mother is a barbarian too. How dare you? You don't get to suffer from the tea. That's why you're gonna grow up and be weak. Druid.
I get to have the
Milk.
rebellious one.
One of the other things you learn while you're a kid is that natural births of non-humans have become very rare near the border cities of Lacia, which is your country. Nobody really seems to know why, but everyone kind of suspects that the Etherians had something to do with it.
They invented condoms.
Dahl's dad actually has credit for the only natural birth that's happened in the last like 10 years or so, because you have a little brother, the two of you.
Yeah.
We have a little brother.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
look
thank
at
you.
him.
Wait, I lied. You don't. They have a little brother.
Oh,
No.
But your dad.
Ripped away.
But Doll's dad is the one. Doll's dad is the one that is credited for that birth happening.
So he banged her.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They
He made a
have
potion
kind of
for
a
her?
No.
relationship thing going on.
No.
Here.
So I guess I can kind of just go through the parent backstories if you guys would like.
Yes, please.
Yeah, man.
So let's start with Bera Ember, which is Short's mom, Short and Walker's mom. So Bera and her husband are hunters and leatherworkers on the border villages. Their work is well known, and many in the military come to them for gear. She was once a member of the Rilnik tribes to the south, but she fell for a handsome young ranger named Redded. She found him caught in one of her hunting traps and set him free. And so you two have heard this story many times because it's old and sappy.
This again, Mom? Fuck.
One thing led to another, and she left her ancestral homeland to head north and become a citizen of Lacia. She has since educated herself in customs and tradition and history of Lacia. So while her tribal accent is still very present, she is perhaps the most educated barbarian in Lacia, which is something to be said because barbarians can't read. She enjoys talking about arcane magics but has no aptitude for it. She just likes to talk about it and sometimes hear stories and tell stories. She's extremely cautious with those topics around Etherians for good reason. She tries not to get herself into trouble. She's really known for her temper and is very similar to her husband in that regard. The family name is actually pretty well known to not be crossed. Everyone kind of walks on eggshells around them to some extent for fear of being gagged and tied to a tree in the village square. But Bera handles herself better than her husband and often has to be the one to calm him down, which is ironic since she's the barbarian and he's the ranger. She's better at removing herself from the situation and tanking her anger out in privacy or on her prey or whatever she's hunting or skinning. This is probably why she often hunts with melee weapons rather than bows, because she just is angry all the time.
Nice.
You know that the old man's name is Zyrul, and when Zyrul came to her and her husband about adopting you and hiding one of the children, she became wildly suspicious that something else was going on, and she didn't back down from pressing them for more information. Eventually, they told her about what happened, but she has yet to tell you.
Do we know that she knows?
Yes.
Mom, can you tell me it? Mom, can you?
Because
tell me
she's
it? Mom,
admitted
can you
it.
tell me
She's admitted it before, but they're all very closed mouth about it, and yeah.
So what I'm guessing is that me and Short were beat a lot growing up, especially Short.
Probably.
See, from this point, I actually haven't written any of your like childhood stories. So after I give you the framework of kind of what happened, you are more than welcome to. And in fact, I encourage you to write backstories between the two of you over like what you did growing up and that kind of thing, just so we can kind of get relationships between the characters.
Totally.
My guess is that, you know, Walker spent a lot of time in trees while Short ran around pranking people that Walker pointed out.
So we all grew up together.
Yes, in the same city.
Different parents.
Yes. Well,
Small city.
Undines are kind of they're more of like a tribal community. They don't really have like family cliques like we do, where everyone kind of keeps to themselves. Like everyone kind of joins in and helps raise the children.
Gotcha, like Mormons.
Yeah, kind of. All right, so
My dad banged Short's mom.
oh my god. So we're gonna go on to Ratted Ember, which is Short and Walker's dad now. He's a man of the wild and a hunter of substantial skill. He and his wife run the stall at a local bazaar, which is actually in Aerith, the city to the east. They sell essentially every part of the animals they kill. I said humans. Ha! Essentially every part of the animals they kill, but their main product is leather. He came from the northern highlands of Lacia and spent several years of his life roaming around the country. He survived on his own for a long time and ended up snarled in one of her hunting traps, and you know the story there. They moved here because the game was plentiful, and they knew they could run a good business right on the border, on the main road, and trade a lot. Because there's still quite a few Aetherian envoys that come to these cities and trade regularly. He's known for his temper just like his wife. He's known to have bursts of wild rage when a customer offers him an unfair price. He refuses to haggle under any circumstances, almost any circumstances, and treats thieves and other people that would damage his business with complete disdain. He once nearly killed a man for stealing some studded leather armor, but Kayla Mare, which is going to be Xantham and Kirik's mom, stopped him. When the elders came to him and his wife, you know that part. Let's skip that. And I'll move on to Avon Mare, which is Xantham and Kirik's father. Avon is the High Guard commander for Lacia's border cities. He and his wife are sometimes called the Wardens of the East, since they're responsible for all the military battalions stationed at all the cities near the border with Etheria. Additionally, they're also responsible for protecting trade caravans between Theria and Lacia, and before now, that was a significantly easier task. He's perhaps one of the fiercest Undyne fighters the world has ever seen, and is a brilliant tactician. If not for his valuable contributions to Lacia, Lacia and Etheria might have gone to war many years earlier. He ranks very high within the Lacian military, and is often consulted by their generals. As a result, he's very aware of the Aetherian threat and their numbers and kind of what they're doing at any time. He's a man for battle and believes only in war for the pursuit of peace.
So basically, our dad is badass.
Yeah, he's
Our
awesome.
dad's better than your dad.
Exactly.
And I'm a thief. He's the Warden of the East, and I'm gonna be a thief.
Yep.
Isn't that just how it is?
Yeah. Alright, so Kayla Mare is your mother. She's the actual Warden of the East, though her husband is often referred to as the same, because they're kind of treated as a unit, but Warden of the East is officially her rank. He's the High Guard commander. She's responsible for scout groups and general espionage near the border. She's kind of like Black Ops lady, which is why you're in her family.
Awesome parents.
Her and Avon both work very closely with each other to ensure the safety of the border cities, especially less defendable trade villages such as Lyre and Aerith, where they both live. Though obviously they chose the stronger fortress further from the border, which is Lyra. She is a woman of the outdoors, and all those under her command are well versed in survival. She has been known to follow caravans of Aetherians undetected for months on end, and has many times averted terror attacks. Thus far, her and her husband have a nearly perfect track record with regard to defending the border from hostile enemy activity. Even crime has plummeted to a ridiculous low since the mayors took over the Eastern Watch, and many a civilian on the border refer to the Wardens of the East with great fondness.
Best parents ever.
A spy and a general.
Yep, pretty much. He's like a lower. He's more like a. I guess he'd be more like a commander. Because he's not really a general.
I'm not looking to him for guidance. I'm going to be looking for the super spy.
Alright, so now we'll get on to the Rue family. They're a little bit less spectacular, but they're fun. They're cool. Everyone can't be badass in the same city. Alright, so Jamash Rue.
Clearly invented Viagra, so we have control.
So Jamash Rue is your father. He's a bit of an odd duck and spends most of his time combining ingredients in his alchemy lab. He runs a small trade business out of the village, but isn't terribly lucrative. People do buy his products, but most of his creations simply aren't for sale, because he just collects them. Some are probably contraband. He hasn't bothered to check. He and his wife Iriani have a bit of an obsession with arcane magics. Not that they themselves can cast them, but they collect literature and anything kind of related to them. They're a little bit obsessed about it.
Ooh.
Scholars.
Jamash has more than once tried to make potions from the scrolls and books that his wife has collected, but his success rate isn't great. He still has created a couple of magical brews, but he hasn't had many that have worked, and they usually don't do very interesting things. But just the fact that he's able to create magic is substantial, because one of the other things that I guess I didn't actually mention when I mentioned the no natural births thing is that there hasn't been anyone born with the natural gift of magic for like several generations. Like your parents haven't had him, and your parents' parents didn't have it either. But you know historically that it existed at some point because Lacey is kind of founded on arcane magic and Nephis, the god of arcane magics. He's the two-faced god. But anyway, yes. But anyway, he's most people's god in Lacia, but they don't enforce a religion like Etheria does. And in some respects, he's kind of your dad is kind of the last caster in the area. He wouldn't be very efficient at it, but he's, sort of, he's like one of the last people that can cast magic, even though he doesn't actually cast it. He brews it. He's earned the respect of many people in Lacia with his curing of disease from the water supply. While the cause was never really identified, your father made sure nobody died. So, that's good. He was also given credit for curing the problem of Undine families who were having difficulty conceiving children.
He did invent Viagra then.
Yeah, it sounds pretty much like he did it.
But, and only Dahl knows this, but your father confided in you once that that's actually a farce that Zyril started because the elders were involved in hiding you. And so your dad is credited with like fixing the problem, which is where you all came from.
Wait, what?
So it's a
We
lie.
weren't born
What
as little
Zyril?
babies.
I didn't understand the Zyril thing. What the hell is that?
Zyrил's the old man. Zyril's the old man that you met when you were first running away. He's kind of the architect of everything. Your dad told you that Zyril made him take credit for fixing the problem of natural-born children to explain where you all came from.
Oh, I
He
see.
just wanted you to stop bragging about Viagra.
No, that's I actually have that written in there. I just forgot about it. But you're kind of the only one that really knows that.
So only I know.
Well, it's
I mean,
safe to say
everyone
that
else can kind of
everyone-
infer it, but like for sure like who orchestrated it and everything.
I want to know about my little brother.
Oh, okay.
Wait, tell about
We
the
have to know
mother
about our-
still.
Yeah, our mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoops.
Don't skip shit.
Your parents, I don't care about.
Alright, so Iriani is your mother. She's renowned for her penmanship and has many regular customers come for notary work and copying the occasional prayer book. She runs a modest business like her husband, but prefers to deal with the written word rather than the more complicated products like potions and that kind of thing. Because she lacks the gift of magic herself, she often gets help from a man named Nodek Lightborn, who is the local cleric, when creating divine scrolls for customers. It is this lack of magical ability that drives her thirst for arcane knowledge. For all intents and purposes, it's her forbidden fruit. She'll often copy arcane scrolls and texts that she comes across for her husband's collection. As a result of the taboo nature of arcane magics in this area close to the border, she usually is very secretive about this hobby and has most of them hidden. Though admittedly, if somebody were to trace their expenditures, they would find a significant amount of money is missing because they spend it all on arcane stuff.
That house is going to burn down, and it is going to explode with a billion fireballs.
Yeah. I'm probably the one that started the fire.
Kill us, please.
The sun.
There's been multiple fires. There's been a few lab accidents.
Quote unquote accidents.
So your brother Georgie Ember, Georgie. He's one of the only natural-born Undine in the cities. He sometimes helps his parents hunt when they prepare game. He likes to cook. He also loves to hear stories about the Magi that once ran Lacia, as well as essentially anything involving magic. He's kind of obsessive, like everyone in this city. He was born about 8 years ago before you, about 8 years before you guys came out of the tree, asshole.
Oh, so he's the bigger brother.
No, because you came out older than him.
Oh, that's gotta suck.
Yeah. He just suddenly has older siblings, yeah.
You're 8 years old. Suddenly.
So he
big brother.
automatically becomes the youngest. It's like,
Got
son of a
demoted.
bitch.
Yeah, he's 8 years old when you
So he went
are.
from being the oldest kid in the village
But he
pretty
probably
much
knew more than you
to the
guys did on a
youngest
lot of
kid.
things.
Yep.
You
Doesn't
mean
matter.
us?
Well, yeah, okay, then all of us knew, yes.
Pretty much all of us. I don't think you get to exclude yourself
Um.
from the ignorant.
Fine.
So a lot of people believe that the gods must have smiled on your parents to give them a natural born child, but others wonder if they somehow knew about an Etherean plot to wipe out non-humans and somehow got around whatever caused it. Nobody really knows for sure.
Basically.
Sure.
I'll stab anyone who asks.
Stab anyone who asks. So I'll mention Nonek Lightborn briefly, just because he came up in that story. Nonek Lightborn is the cleric in your town. He's originally from Etheria. He believes in the Etherian religion, but he's not like
Racist?
he's not crazy, if that makes sense. He doesn't think that humans are the only pure race. He thinks divine magics can help the
So
non-humans.
he is the Dungeons and Dragons Schindler.
Sure. Yeah.
There
He
you go.
but he has a wife who's a paladin who very strongly believes the Etherean religion, and they have a son that they share, and he goes back and forth from Lacia to Etheria based on who he is with at the time. You guys have met him a couple times. He's kind of a dick because his family life isn't great because his parents are separated.
And one of them's a religious
Yeah,
fanatic.
imagine.
Yep.
Yeah. And the other one's possibly a wolf.
No.
Still
No,
believe.
that's not Nonek.
That's
That's a
you.
different one.
How
You
are we
thought.
telling this guy's name? Because no.
Oh, you know
one
what? I should
is
put
alive.
these. I should put these people in your journals. Hold on.
Yes, please.
I can't keep track of all this shit.
Oh god, and I'm neutral evil. My parents don't like me.
You're neutral evil?
Yeah,
Why are you neutral evil?
I could go neutral. I'm not gonna steal from people, man. Can't be a good guy and steal from people unless I want to be Robin Hood. But everyone in here is no one's rich to be Robin Hood around here.
Robin Hood would be neutral good.
I'm aware.
Yeah, man. Remember?
I mean, I could be a mischievous, neutral, good person, but I just have the
mean-
feeling I'm gonna steal from people.
Could be chaotic neutral, which would kind
more
of
like
steal
crazy.
from people. Chaotic neutral would be serving yourself. But
I
not
haven't
people
finished putting in No Neck Lightborn's story, so I will leave that out for now. I'll update that a little bit later.
True neutral would be looking out just for yourself. Chaotic neutral is kind of doing sporadic things and being a little bit on the crazy side.
A
Which,
little more like me then.
Yeah, you're probably more chaotic neutral, doll.
Okay, there's Harry and Lightborn, and here's Zen, who's her
yeah,
son.
she already looks like a contemptuous bitch.
She is.
Gonna stab her.
Wow.
I chose
Those are the
that
common
portrait very carefully.
Yep, the kid looks like a dick too.
He's like the guy who goes, "Well, my parents."
hmm
Followed by
you can
something
see how to
really
spell no
shitty.
neck now.
Yep.
Yeah. No neck. I don't know. It's just funny to me.
Oh, I thought it was like a nickname.
Nope.
Like his nickname was No
Got my
Neck.
neck
Like he just
chopped off in the wall.
had his chin
And my
like straight
head
to
just had-
shoulders.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And my chin so to
Just
my
like-
shoulder.
I thought it was just a very cruel nickname.
And what's the guy, the possible wolf guy's name?
Zyrule.
Zyrule.
He's not in your journal yet because there's some details in there that you're not ready to know.
Is he of the Handuts race?
The what?
The Handuts race.
I don't know what that is.
If you look on the journal, it says says Lacians, the party, Aetherians, and dudes.
Oh my god.
I love you, Rick.
You let me right into that. Wow. I'm such a gullible piece of shit.
Alright, so let's grow up. All grown up.
Okay, I think Short has to roll out here in a little bit, but we can do some of the chapter 2 stuff.
Alright.
Wait, Short has like almost an hour.
He said 10.
Yeah. And it's only.
I th-
Which would 10 his time is 9 my time, and that's an hour.
Oh. Okay.
Yay, we have more time.
Though he is AFK, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, he said he'd be back in a little bit. Okay, so I never really decided on which houses are you guys's, so
Can we just
I'll let you claim, yeah.
Alright. We're taking this house. Fuck that.
You
find a
can't
place
you
to
can't
live,
pick the 2 white ones or the
You
big
dude.
brick one.
You dirty hand dude.
You can't pick the white one, that's a guardhouse.
Wait, what about
Okay.
that one?
Alright.
That's a big house.
Move Short to me. This is our house.
Fine.
Our
Right.
parents are poor, so it would be kind of a smaller
Our
house.
parents aren't
Yeah.
poor.
They don't
No.
need a lot of room.
I'm down here.
Oh, wait, no, never mind.
Take this.
Actually, the Mayer family is the wealthiest.
Yeah,
So,
that
yeah.
works.
We have wonderful, almost poolside view.
Yep.
Almost,
Okay.
but not quite.
We got trees in the background. That works for me.
Is like that gonna be the church, or is like that gonna be?
Hey, Short or Walker.
Yeah.
What about one of these? Near a bunch of trees.
Ooh, yay, lots of trees. This one.
You know, I bet our dad would want to be far away from everybody because he's always blowing shit up.
Oh, yeah, that's actually true.
That's a good point, actually.
So he sounds like he's a
Are you sure it's not this house? No, I'm kidding.
Kiosk, if anything.
That could be like his little lab. I'm okay with that. Actually, the shed behind your house,
Yeah, yeah.
that's totally his lab.
But you know what? He would want to be close to water so that people could actually put the fires out when he blows the place. So that would make sense for his little lab to be right there.
I dig it.
Okay, well, what about this house is where you live, and the blue one is the lab?
Yeah.
I need trees.
No, I think the place we're at makes sense because he would still be further away from most of the townsfolk, and then his little lab can still be right there because it's near the water.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he just has more than one lab. I don't care.
Well, they're very secretive people.
Yeah.
It's true.
They're doing all kinds of underhanded bullshit.
So probably,
And
so actually not on the main road,
Scroll.
because this is the main road where a lot of trade comes through, so that actually doesn't make
they-
sense as a place.
They're trying to get back out of the way.
Well,
How
then
about
yeah,
this
probably
one?
this would be our. That makes sense
Would
as a
that be
house
the main one?
location,
All right.
but not really as the lab.
House.
The lab can be in the basement.
Okay. I mean, with
Alright,
how much
I'm cool
stuff
with
that they have, they probably do have a larger house, even though they're poor.
Mm-hmm. What's this little dirty area over here with the cart and shit? How do I ping the map?
You can
Hold on,
long
one
click. I see.
This area.
That is kind of a little bizarre section. Most of the trade takes place in Aerith, but some of it takes place here. It just depends on like the time of year, what kind of weather there is, and what kind of goods are available. This city sells mostly like just like little foodstuffs and things people have grown in their little home gardens. Nothing too crazy. Aerith has all the weapons and blacksmithing and leatherworking and all that jazz.
How far away is Eris?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that.
What did I miss?
We picked houses.
Everything.
Who?
So this is the world map, and this little token is you guys.
My token, bitch.
Wow. Why are we moving around so much?
So this is the lake that you came out of. You might recognize the shape.
Oh.
That's Lyra. And the little dot next to it is Aerith. They're the twin cities.
How far away are they from each other?
I don't know. Why don't you measure it?
Is this map to scale?
It is.
So that's a big ass lake.
3 miles. 5 miles.
So like a day's trip?
A day? No. You could jog there.
Is this the border
5 miles. For
to
God's sake.
the
I
dickhead's
didn't
place?
mean like taking
Are
all
we,
day
like,
to get there. I meant I could walk
amputated?
there, spend the day there, and then come
Jesus.
back.
It's like 5 miles, but I got some data. How long does it take you to go to the grocery store? It's like 2 days. Backpacking trip to you. It's not even like you don't even need a horse to do that.
So
This
yeah.
is the Ethereum border right here.
Yes, it is.
But what I'm hearing is we could totally go to Aerith one day and just buy some weapons and come home.
You can buy whatever you want there, yeah. And you frequently do. Like, your parents do not care if you journey between the cities.
So we can go drink there?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I had to tell
everybody
Short-
comes to our city because that's
Can't we
where
just
our
go to
dad
that one
sells
guy's
the
house
meth.
that has the illusionary wine cellar? He had lots of wine.
I will totally sneak in there and steal us booze.
Cool.
Alright.
But they're fake booze.
So make
Have
sure.
the
Yeah, I thought you would
Not
like
real.
it.
It's the O'Douls of booze.
Walker picked that house, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So I'll let you guys write children's storyline after this game, and you guys can come back to me with what you kind of worked out, and I'll put it into the story, and it'll be great.
Oh man.
So
Dump in the town water supply.
that's a pool.
If you want, Doll, I can give you like my number or something after this. We can like text about it.
Alright. Or email.
Email.
Darpe has my email.
Either or works.
So
Word.
that's actually the pool, and you guys hang out there a lot because you're Undyne and water. Duh. Maybe I should explain what Undyne are, because you probably have very little concept.
Yeah, probably. please.
Humans who trace their ancestry to water elementals.
Yes.
Guess you just summed it
Short.
up.
Yep, short and simple.
I'm gonna hang out in the tree.
Alright.
Fuck the water.
Alright.
So you guys, as you grew up, you heard stories about what has been known. What has been come to know. Oh my God!
Come to be known as.
Yes. Thank you. God. It's been known as the sundering of.
Struggle bus.
You're not helping by laughing at me right now. You shut your whore mouth.
I believe in you, Darpe.
So, the tree that you guys came out of is called Yildris with a Y, and the whole event that took place has been commonly referred to as the Sundering of Yildris.
Isn't that what happened when Yildris got pregnant? What's the sundering?
It actually wasn't pregnant. You've heard stories that there was some kind of project going on there, and that the Etherians attacked it. But most people in your city don't know that. They all refer to you as the Children of the Lake, and you don't really know much about what happened either. So you've all been taken in by various families. Also, in the past several years, Etheria has grown greatly in military power. That's what they've spent almost all of their money on. In fact, they've begun to establish larger strongholds near the border, which obviously has the Mayor family very worried. They've nearly tripled the size of their standing army, and no one is entirely sure why, but there are definitely whispers of war. This, of course, worries everyone, as they're not everyone in your two cities, because you're not very far from the border, enough small military encampment on the other side. Atherian liaisons have been more frequent to your villages in recent months, and everyone suspects that they're looking for arcane magic but haven't found anything. It's only been mentioned in worried whispers behind closed doors, though, because they don't want to say anything around the actual liaisons. So obviously the Rue family is super nervous that these people are poking around all the time and have been kind of downplaying all of the magical stuff. And your dad's been selling mostly like anti-plague and antitoxin, just things to treat ailments, not anything magical. Except for, private customers who are willing to keep quiet for a good price. The liaisons continually play stupid and ask to inspect goods that have already been inspected many times. They often apologize for the increase in regulation from their government and assure the people that there is nothing they can do. All of you feel uneasy when they make eye contact with any of them, and the liaisons tend to visit at the end of each week for inspection, but they've been known to show up sooner than that and do multiples per week. You guys all start to have kind of fantastical dreams and nightmares, battles that you've never been a part of, roads you've never walked on, stuff like that.
So we're reincarnated. I'll perception check it.
Could be battles of the future. Our destiny.
And you also find that you're becoming particularly skilled / interested in certain areas, and these areas are often very parallel to the dreams you've been having.
Is that why I'm so good at penmanship?
You're really good at alchemy too. It's weird. Basically, these dreams that you're having correspond to your class, because you don't know what class you are, and you don't know what race you are. So these dreams that you've been having, like Walker would be dreaming about, turning into a bird and flying around, and Short would be dreaming about, walloping people.
Mash.
And I would be dreaming about being a bird and not being able to fly. Just a really big bird.
A penguin.
No.
An ostrich.
No.
Yeah, do you feel ostracized by the other birds?
Oh!
The ones that can fly?
That's really funny.
Get owned, bitch!
Alright, so about a month after the start of Chapter 2, so it's been a couple years since you guys were born, but you all came out and you were about like 15 or so, and it's been like 5 years. So you're all pretty close to 20 at this point. Some of you are a little younger, but you don't actually know your real age. People just came up with numbers because some of you look older and some of you look younger. It doesn't matter. I think his sheet, Doll's sheet said 17.
Mine
We're
says
actually
19.
different ages.
Yeah.
Mine is 147, so I'm curious how that ends up happening. I am an elf.
You've
after all.
aged really well.
It's going to be really interesting for you, actually, because one of the other things that you know from growing up is that there hasn't been any full-blood elves seen for, like, probably 200 years.
Haha.
There's a few half-elves here and there, but they're kind of shunned, and you don't really see them very often. And Short, when he's growing up, he's very adamant that Zyrule is an elf, and he believes it very firmly, and all of you give him trouble for it, because it's just not possible, and he's stupid.
I'm not stupid.
But he's also super perceptive, right? He perceived the shit out of his elf ears.
Yeah, but nobody believes
Nobody
him.
believes him
because he sits there and believes he's a
basically-
prophet too.
Isn't he the
Yeah.
only one who saw them?
Also,
No, Doll saw them, but he thinks it's hilarious.
Oh, okay.
yeah. Also, Short, I feel like we would kind of get an understanding of his race because he's a dwarf.
Not yet.
We don't know yet?
You're
Wait,
all
he's not a dwarf yet?
you're all still undyne.
Alright.
We're getting there.
This is going to be
Alright.
a very drastic change, Xanthem.
Yep.
Now.
Them spells.
You're just going to walk in and
Okay.
you're going to be like... It's like,
So, you guys have been having the dreams more frequently now, and the liaisons have actually gotten more frequent as well. And everyone's really on edge because everyone in this fucking village loves arcane magic and doesn't want to get caught. It's a big deal. Not that it's banned here, it's just that it's so close to the border that, and most of their business comes from across the border, that they don't want any of that trade to cease. And they also don't want any reason to, like, break off relations with Etheria and, like, start a war or something. They don't want any of that. It would be very bad for them. So, one of
they have only like...
the things that starts to happen is you guys start experiencing, like, growing pains. But they're weird. Because nobody else has the exact same ones. So you guys are all...
Help me!
You guys are all...
It's like shrinking like Mario.
Shrinking pains.
Now, Schwartz is particularly interesting because he doesn't actually feel like any pain or anything. He just notices that he feels a little bit shorter every day. Like, it's not extreme, it's just like quarter of an inch or so every couple days. And he's just like,
Dude.
I feel like my pants were shorter yesterday.
Actually, not very tough.
Pretty
It's probably all
sure
that fucking drugs we were taking that Dad made short.
No regrets.
No regrets.
You got a bad batch.
You mean
Oh,
no
God.
regrets?
Regrets.
No regrets.
Because their name is
Regrets?
Rue.
So you guys could kind of think of this as like a puberty type situation where you're all really embarrassed about the things that you're noticing, and
But we're a little old for it.
you are a little old, but you're still really embarrassed about it because there are physical changes happening to you that are kind of scary, and they kind of seem like they might be magical in nature, and that makes you scared too because your parents are already terrified, and you don't want to put any more stress on them. So
Especially the Rue family.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's on my character sheet that I got a big old dick.
Oh my
Insane.
God.
I'd
What's your
imagine
foot
I've...
size?
I'd imagine
PhD.
I've suddenly
I'm
suddenly
glad-
gotten an extreme affinity for a shiny object.
I just think it's cool, Darpe, that you managed to work that into the story somehow. I didn't know how you were gonna do it.
Tough challenge.
I forgot that you had that on your sheet.
I'm-
Was that under hair and eyes?
I forgot I had that on my sheet too. You told me the other day.
I think he had that under hair and eyes on his sheet. Instead of putting down a hair color and an eye color, he just like big old dick.
It was just like there's just like this little place that was like write some like character information, and I just wrote he got a big old dick. This was like the first day you sent me the Excel. I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Psychomancer
canon now.
PhD.
All right, so okay, so let me get scrolled up here a little bit. So Athelis, that's how you say that? Athelis?
Elithus.
Elithus, like elephant.
Yep.
So Elithus and Xanthem probably have the least changes of anyone. Actually,
It's a drastic amount of weight.
actually, Doll's character wouldn't be drastic either. So you
It
three,
would be
no.
one very specific way.
Oh my god.
Just hear a wet slap in the other room. He's like, damn! Yeah, but like instantaneous.
Okay.
So,
Really over.
Elithus, you start to get thinner. Your skin tone gets a little lighter, but it's still sort of a bluish tinge. It's kind of a bluish gray now. And you maintain some webbing on, like, kind of on your ears when they start to get kind of pointed, but they're still slightly webbed like a fish. and the two human characters, they get kind of some webbing between their fingers, but not very much, not significantly more than a normal human would have, but like a little bit more. And you guys still have kind of a bluish tinge to your skin as well. So you guys don't really look much different. Your skin just kind of got brighter, and you look less fishy. Who the fuck? No playing cards.
Blackjack.
So that's you guys' transformations. Kirik starts to get really thick hair, like crazy thick hair, and you guys all kind of poke fun of it at him for a little while.
Goosebumps, my hairy adventure.
Yeah. In fact, your parents kind of think that you're sick, and you end up staying home for a little while. Because you seem to have, like, bumps, and everyone's kind of worried about you. Let's see. Crystal also starts growing a fuck ton of hair, but it's not like goosebumpy, it's like you just have thick fur, like you haven't shaved in a while, and it's weird.
Gross, sis.
Welcome to puberty.
You're clogging up on the fucking
Right.
shower again.
I kind of like it.
Kind of like the fur, oh my god!
Oh god.
You're like an animal. Like that.
I'm gonna get Dad to brew you up some nair.
Lol. So, so Kirik is bedridden for a while, and Colton's character keeps getting shorter and shorter and shorter as the weeks go by. And eventually, Miniri is out one day, and a liaison looks at her and notices that she doesn't look Undine. And this village is predominantly Undine. And you see him look at you, Crystal, and he quickly jots down a note and starts making his way hastily towards the gates of the city.
Oh fuck.
Let's kill him.
Is anybody near me at the time? Like, am I hanging out with anybody?
I don't know, are
Where
you?
are we?
I don't care. Whatever you want. Give me a
Obviously
backstory.
bedridden, so.
Who wants to hang out with me?
I'm in this tree.
He sees me shaving your back.
Ew!
Your gross, hairy back. And he's like, something's weird about that.
he like jots down a note. It zooms to the notepad. It just says, "Nice."
Gross.
I'm just like, dude, don't worry about it. He just hasn't seen anybody as hairy as you.
Alright, so you fail to catch the guy getting out of town. He gets to a horse.
Oh wait, well that was the joke.
And
We actually...
he makes it away. You weren't supposed to catch him anyway, so don't worry about it.
Alright.
I would have made him outrun you regardless, so.
He turns into a hummingbird.
Yeah.
Nothing is
Wait
what
a
it
minute.
seems to be.
So that night when you guys are all kind of getting ready to go to sleep, your parents come into your rooms, and they tell you that they've received word that the Aetherian military is on the move, and they tell you that they have something to give you, and that you probably need to head west.
I start crying because I feel like I've doomed the entire village.
Yeah. Because you did.
Got a picture.
Your gross hairy
Right.
back.
Well,
Gross hairy back.
they
Just letting you know, that's the kind of sibling relationship we have.
That's fine, I kind of figured
Or
it.
just-
Anyways.
Relentlessly abuse you.
Thanks.
Okay.
So, your parents reassure you that they were expecting this to happen sooner or later.
I should have stayed home more.
No, you're fine. So each one of you has a kind of a backstory thing, and I don't think I've written all of them, so I'll wing some of them, and yeah, it'll be great. So, in alphabetical order, let's start with the barbarian. Just kidding, alchemist. Alchemist, definitely alchemist. So that'll be the oracle as well. So we'll start with Alchemist. Your dad brings you in. Your dad is talking to you, and he asks you to wait for a moment because he's going to go to his study. You hear some fading cyclical sounds like a machine winding down, followed by like some rummaging, some clangs and thuds as he moves some things around. There's a massive crash. It sounds like he like knocked over a pile of boxes or something, and you hear like breaking glass, and you hear him curse under his breath. A couple minutes later, he comes out and he's holding a fairly old bandolier that has a few like flasks in it. And when you see it, you get kind of a feeling of deja vu, and you feel like you know it's yours, and like you've seen it before, but you don't remember having had it during your childhood here. Does that make sense? Doll.
Oh yeah, it totally does.
Doll.
Fuck the guy.
I'm dull.
Wait, what? Sorry, you were telling Shorts, and then I left. Damn it! Who knows? I don't know my backstory.
No.
Long story short, you gotta get the hell out of Dodge. You were given a bandolier for some
No,
reason. You
don't
think it's
spoil
yours,
It was so
but
descriptive.
it's already been said.
It would have made George R.R. Martin proud, man. That was like,
I can read
Damn
it.
it.
I can read it again.
go for it.
So your father goes into his study, and you hear some fading cyclical sounds that sound like a machine winding down, followed by some rummaging and some clangs and thuds, like he's bumping things around and looking for something. There's a massive crash that sounds like he must have knocked a pile of boxes over, and you hear some glass break, and he curses under his breath. And when he comes out, he's holding a pretty old bandolier. It's like dark leather because it's been really aged, but it's somehow kept its form. And it's got some vials and stuff stuck in it. And when you look at it for the first time, you get kind of an odd feeling of deja vu, like you've seen it before, like it belongs to you, but you know that you've never seen it in your dad's study before. So it's kind of a weird, eerie, like, this is mine, but it's not mine kind of feeling. And when you like touch it for the first time, you start to get like sort of like a dizzy feeling, like the room's spinning, and for a moment you kind of go into a trance state, and you see yourself standing on a cliff, but it isn't you, but you know it's you, and you're kind of lobbing bombs on people in a crevasse below, like you're standing above like a cliff face, and you're just like throwing shit at people. There's a battle. You can tell that there's a battle going on down below, and you see people that have banners that look like the sigil of Lacia, but like maybe like an older form or one you haven't seen before. But the people fighting them don't have a sigil. They seem to be unmarked, but you know for sure that they're the enemy because you're killing them. So you're just like throwing hellfire at them. And when you throw the last bomb out of your bandolier in the stream, you wake up and you know that it's called Hailstorm. And you're supposed to get a trait, but I haven't decided which one yet. So you're gonna magically get something new next time we play. Cause okay.
Hailstorm.
All right, barbarian time. Oh no, we'll do Oracle because you're in the same family. That makes sense. So Crystal, your mom, from her kind of like secret stash, brings out a staff, like wrapped in linen, and you have a very similar feeling to what Doll had, sort of a deja vu type thing, and as you get closer to it, like words form on your lips, and you think it might be its name, and you say Fate's Branch aloud. Like you say that out loud, Fate's Branch. You're writing it down. Okay.
Yep, writing it down.
Oh my gosh. So, once those words leave your lips, your eyes roll back in your head, and you have your first oracle vision. Yay!
Woo!
I thought you were about to say orgasm.
No. So,
Sprint.
Learning about our
Oh
bodies.
my god.
so, you actually find yourself sort of vaguely floating over the battlefield. Like, you don't see yourself, but it's more like a vision of a vision, I guess. You kind of have a bird's eye view of the whole battlefield, and you're kind of watching the armies fight. You can see that, like, your allied forces are being pressed back some, but you can also see a flanking force coming around. And you see a dwarf with a long hammer that looks rather familiar. He knocks some dude off of his horse, and then you wake up.
Fun!
And
I
sit
bet I wake
down.
up and like have a headache or something.
1 second. I misplaced something. Hold on.
Props gotta leave fairly soonish.
Okay.
Like after all of these intros would be the best time.
Okay, that's fine by me. That'd be a good stopping place, I think.
Nice.
You have channel energy, right? Oracle?
This channel, it's only positive energy.
Okay, 1 sec.
I have tongues.
No, I think we're gonna go with this one. You gain the trait Exalted of this society. It's a cleric trait, but we're gonna make it work. And that means you can channel energy at 1 additional time per day.
Awesome sauce, thank you.
Okay, now we can go on to the barbarian. Ready, short? Short. Really, guys? It's like you don't even care. It's like game night isn't even sacred.
Well, when you started, you were like, I'll start alphabetically. I'll do shorts first. And then I stood up. And that was probably the time you immediately were like, well, actually, I'll do dolls first.
Well, yeah, because alphabetically would be alchemist.
I was here.
Okay.
I was DCing you like short. I'm like, yeah. You're like, he's not even here. What? I'm here. I'm here. DC.
So why can't you hear me? Alright. So, I guess this would be the druid as well.
The dirt.
Okay, yeah, these are a little different. So, we'll start with Colton's character. Your parents remove some floorboards and draw a kind of a mysterious package. You're handed a long sack of cloth wrapped around what seems to be a hammer upon closer inspection. It's tied together in a few places with dark, aged leather, and the sack itself looks to be rotting in a couple places. You're filled with a brief moment of deja vu, just like everyone else, and but you don't know that. And you feel as though this tattered thing is known to you, and when you unwrap it, the feeling of familiarity becomes even stronger, and your head begins to throb with a violent dizziness. You close your eyes and attempt to shake this feeling, and when you do, the world seems to fall away from you. You see yourself as a dwarf with a mighty gleaming hammer, and it glows with magic. Standing alongside you is a legion of men and women, some ironclad, some wearing robes, but all possess what looks very much like the sigil of Lacia. A rider approaches you from across the battlefield with his sword drawn, and while he bears no sigil, you know he seeks blood. But on his approach, he underestimates you, and you bring your hammer hard into his chest, and you cleave breastplate and bone alike, throwing him from his horse. You know he is dead before he hits the ground, and with that you awaken from your vision. The hammer before you is beaten and aged, and any traces of magic have long since faded from it. Still, you can tell that it is a weapon.
Worthy.
You can tell that it is a weapon of superb craftsmanship, so it's mastercraft quality, and you feel a name bubble to the forefront of your thought. Plate cleaver.
Sit down.
Somehow you feel stronger from knowing its name, like a piece of you had been missing, and you gain Berserker of the Society trait.
If he be worthy, he shall wield the power of short.
What?
What?
Well,
What do you mean
obviously
what?
not. Obviously not Mjolnirs, because
Mm-hmm.
And Berserker of the Society, once you get that written in, it gives you 3 extra rounds of rage per day.
Cool.
3 extra rounds of range. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah!
Means I can throw points and other shit.
Eventually. Can't reorganize your character now. It's
is that a
fixed in
made-up
stone.
trait?
No, it's actual trait.
Do you know which?
Am I still in
it's
bed?
under?
No, you're good. You're awake and your parents are talking to you, but we'll get there. No, you can find that trait, and sure, you can't edit your character anymore. It's finalized now.
Oh, too late.
Just want to find the trait for my own purposes.
Well, I mean, you can add the new trait, but you can't change anything that was there before.
Yeah, I'm not changing it.
So, Walker. Your parents, the same ones, they move a grandfather clock away from the wall and reveal a hiding place. And from behind the wall, they pull a carefully wrapped cylinder wrapped in linen that looks a lot like a staff. You're struck with a feeling of familiarity as well, and reason that perhaps you had climbed behind the clock as a child. But you kind of let go of that idea as they come closer to you with it, because you know you've never seen it before. You know its name, but you don't really know how, and it forms on your lips. Harmony's stem. And as you say the name, you feel the world fold inward on you, and you find yourself standing ankle-deep in mud of a battlefield. You are surrounded, but you meant for this to happen. You can sense that. Several soldiers sprint towards you, and you slam your staff into the mud, and upon impact, thorned vines sprout up around you and entangle everyone but you. They scream in terror as the thorns drag them into the mud, and when the muffled cries are silenced, you find yourself staring at the staff in front of you. You feel more whole with it in your possession, and you gain Beast of the Society trait.
Wait, I thought I already had that one.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Well, shit.
That's the one that gives me 2 extra hours a day, right?
Yeah, you don't get it twice. I'll give you a new one later.
Yeah. It's the only reason that you don't have that I have it is because there's no way to put it in the spreadsheet.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Okay. That's unfortunate.
Which campaign is it under?
It's actually going to be, you're going to have to enable the Pathfinder Society stuff in like the reddish pink box on the left of the options page.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Because it's Pathfinder Society stuff.
Society one. Okay. Cool.
Just enable all that.
Yours should show up. Beast of Society isn't in there for some stupid reason.
Yeah.
But the worst thing that happens is you know that you add 3 rounds to your rage every day. It shouldn't be that terrible. I mean, you can probably put in a custom data point for that.
Yeah, probs. Just add it though. Legit. Keep it 100.
Keep it 100. Alright, on to the Mare family. Fighter and Rogue.
Cool.
This one's going to be kind of done together. Okay. So your parents bring out a big, large chest from storage, and it's never been opened with you present before. You have a brief moment. You both have a brief moment of embarrassment, remembering that you and your siblings had tried to get inside it for several weeks and didn't have any success. But you kept like sneaking in there to try to picklock it. It's a superior lock. Nice try.
Damn it!
We tried.
And DC's 40. Good luck. So you both like kind of snuck around. Anytime your parents were gone, you'd try to pick the lock on this box and get into it because you knew something special was there, and your brother likes to pick locks a lot. So, after
Never
you,
stop me.
it's true. After you have that,
Cheering you on.
that's right. After you have that brief moment of embarrassment, it's kind of replaced by wonderment once the chest is open on the floor in front of you, because finally you get to see what's in here. And inside you can see there's a short sword that looks kind of beat up, and there's a rather it looks pretty good for as old as it probably is. There's a longbow in there as well. So Kirik knows that the weapon in front of him is called Knight's Kiss,
How does he know that?
the same way everyone else knew their weapons' names. You don't know how.
Oh.
And you know for somehow that your bow, the bow that's being given to you, is called Needle Threader.
Cool.
So you two kind of have like a collaborative dream when you touch your weapons.
Ooh, like twins.
Kind of, but not really. It's more like... Anyway, so there's a guy running away from you who just tried to or successfully killed someone near you, and you leash a bunch of arrows and let them fly, and you kill him and several other people that are near him. And then you hear a clang of metal behind you and see your brother saving your ass from someone who was about to kill you.
Thank you.
Of course, in this dream you're not aware that he's your brother, but you'll talk about your dreams later, I assume, and you'll have a collaboration and realize that you had the same dream.
Why am I related to an elf? Wait, Xanthem, what are you?
She's an elf.
I'm a human.
Human.
Human. I'm a bird.
You're all
Yep.
adopted, though. We're all
Right.
adopted.
But in this dream, you guys aren't actually siblings.
Oh, okay. It's like, what?
Lols.
Someone's gonna have to fuck a duck.
You're just siblings now because... And this is going to be really fun later when you guys explain that you're brother and sister, because people are going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, no kidding.
It's
like
gonna
outside.
be good.
Screeching noise, like, what's that? Oh, it's my brother. I think he's punching someone in the face.
Okay, so let me get the traits for you two. I'm pretty sure that Zuzu gets Defender of the Society, but I need to look. Yep, Defender of the Society. You gain +1 to AC. And... yes, you do need to write it down, because things don't exist unless you write them down. That's how the game works. And Kirik gains Blade of the Society.
I somehow knew that's exactly what it was gonna become.
Mm-hmm. You get a +1 trait bonus to damage rolls from sneak attack.
But I get a what now?
You get +1 +1 trait bonus to damage rolls from sneak attacks.
That's awesome.
So you backstab.
Or flank.
Yeah. I mean, sneak attacks take place anytime someone's flat-footed to you or you're flanking them. You'll
Yeah,
pretty much
so-
always want to be flanking with the barbarian. You guys are going to be buddies. It's required.
Luckily, I only weigh about 65 pounds when I'm fully turned into a bird, so he could throw me
Oh my god.
onto it. Something's bad.
Actually,
That?
Doll can throw you because he has the trait throw anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll throw all y'all motherfuckers.
If you can
I'm
lift
a
them.
bird. Birds bomb people.
With poop.
Especially-
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give him one of my bombs and he'll clutch it in his talons and I'll throw him like a styrofoam airplane.
Nice. Very nice. Okay, well, that's all of that stuff. We can get started on the next chunk next time we play, because short's got to go here in like 15. So, yeah. I wasn't actually expecting to get to that backstory stuff yet, which is why I didn't have it all hashed out and prepared. I'll make a note that I need to get Walker a new trait.
Are there any special things to these weapons? Like, is there any special damage and such?
No, they're the weapons are all masterwork. I'll tell you that.
So it's a +1 masterwork?
No, it's just a masterwork, which masterwork only adds +1 to hit, not to damage. Yeah, all the items are masterwork, because the hammer was, so it doesn't make sense for the others not to be. And yes, there is something special about these weapons, but you don't know that yet.
A masterwork bandolier.
I think it's actually one word. Yours is, Kirik.
Bandolier.
Oh my.
Oh, I'm sorry, I said it wrong. It's Night Kiss. One word.
Huh.
Yep, I dig it.
Too bad I didn't hit Dick.
I had a lot of fun making these weapon names. It was fun.
Anyways, I'm gonna go.
The unstoppable force.
Catch you guys later.
Before we... Oh, damn it. Come
You
back.
got him on
Come
scene,
back,
bro.
Ryan.
Still here.
Okay. When do you guys want to try to get another game going? You're gonna go like next week, or...
Next week would be good.
I won't have an 18-hour day. It'll be like I still have to leave before midnight or at midnight for my job, but other than that, I mean, I can make it throughout most of the day. But like midnight to 8, I can't.
What if we did like next Tuesday instead of Thursday? Because Zoo's gonna be traveling.
So the 4th or the 5th.
Yeah, my birthday. It'll be great.
Probably work.
Don't you drop that evil shit on me now. I gotta buy you something.
No, you don't. You owe me nothing.
Killing Floor.
Just be there at the game.
Yep. Does Tuesday work for everyone?
Tuesday work.
Should work.
Okay. Well, I'll throw
Also-
that up.
Darp.
Yes.
Do you use Display Fusion by any chance across your monitors?
No.
I do. For some reason, Mumble, when I turn it off, it crashes Display Fusion every time. No idea why.
Mumble's got some weird things that it does to people's computers. I've never had any issues with it, but I've heard other people have had like very strange behavior.
Yeah, like the crashing. I mean, I can just reboot it without any problem. Just gotta turn it back on. But like, it just